Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
ఎలా ఉన్నారు ప్రభుజీ?
Yeah, I'm fine.
ఎస్ ప్రభుజీ.
Yeah.
నిన్న నిమిష అన్నప్రాసన అయింది ప్రభుజీ ఇంట్లో, మన ఇంట్లో అయింది ఇక్కడ లిండాలో.
Okay.
ఎస్ ప్రభుజీ.
Congrats.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. అదే భగవద్గీత పట్టుకుంది ఫస్ట్.
Mhm.
యా ఇట్స్
Very
నైస్
good.
ఫర్. యా ప్రభుజీ, ఐ వాంట్ టు
ఫోటోస్
షేర్
ఏమైనా
దట్.
వీడియో ఉంటే షేర్ చేయి.
యా యా రూపక పెట్టాను, మీకు పెడతాను. యా పెడతాను,
అవునా?
పంపిస్తాను.
ఓకే, నైస్.
యా యా ప్రభుజీ, యా పంపిస్తాను.
ఓకే. ఓకే. ఓం అజ్ఞానతిమిరంధస్య జ్ఞానంజనశలాకయా చక్షురోన్మిళితం येन తస్మై శ్రీగురవే నమః. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकथामह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतापदकमलान् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सह गणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सह गणललित श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिसतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Welcome to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures. In Bhagavad Gita chapter 18, we are going through the last verses, which are concluding verses of the, the divine dialogue between Lord Sri Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his dear devotee Arjuna. One may see him as a friend, as a relative, but more than that, Arjuna appreciated to be a disciple of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Lord has touched various subject matters, He has clarified how to engage ourselves in activities, not in fruitive activities, because fruitive activities bind us. If we do good, we accumulate good karma. If we do bad, we accumulate negative effects of it. And if we engage in the service of the Lord, then one's activities are not entangling. So, in that way, Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga, then he spoke about Jnana Yoga, he spoke about Dhyana Yoga, he spoke about Buddhi Yoga. So, in that way, Krishna has not only has given such wonderful knowledge, uh, Jnanam Vijnanam, he has also given this intelligence to Arjuna, and then he also has offered his Divya Darshana. So, what happened is that Krishna, yeah, has shown him his Vishwarupa. And not only that, Arjuna is also reconfirming, yes, all the sages like Narada, Asita, uh, Vyasa, yeah, everyone, they have confirmed that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Lord Krishna is concluding his discourse in a way, and also a kind of instructions coming to the Sannyasa Yoga. We may think Arjuna was a Grihastha. What is the need of explaining Sannyasa Yoga? In fact, don't we have a fear that if visually here in India, that if someone is taking to Sannyas Yoga, which means to become a sannyasi, yeah, the world doesn't encourage because the world thinks them as fools. And then that too, becoming a sannyas has a wrong understanding that, okay, he is no more normal. Yeah, only very few can understand. And that's why Krishna is speaking about to attain sannyasa yoga is not to become inactive by detachment, by being actively engaged in the service of the Lord while one is detached with the material engagement. We went through last few months and we understood what is supreme for a devotee. Yeah, I think last week we discussed, in fact, this verse 71. Before we move on to 72, let's read that. Let me open the page. Mhm. We are in 18. You're already seeing the screen?
No, Prabhuji, can't see this.
Okay, I am seeing myself. Okay. No.
Yes, yes, no.
Mhm. So in this regard, we can see this Shraddhavan Anasuyascha Shrunuyad Api Yo Naraha So Api Mukta Subhal Lokan Prapnuyat Punya Karmana. So, and one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell. So, in this regard, here we see in the 67 verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the Gita being spoken to those who are envious to the Lord, envious of the Lord. Yes, it's not favorable, it's rather counter productive. So, but nevertheless, one can see there are Parivrajaka Acharyas who are traveling tirelessly all over the world. And yeah, they are going to the countries where one maybe we wouldn't even have heard such names. Then what to speak of Vedic culture? What is to speak of Hinduism? What to speak of God consciousness, uh, but they go there and then they preach. Is it in line with what Lord Krishna is expecting? Uh, that, okay, don't speak to envious. Yes, in a way, they are trying to see who is envious and who is not. Only when we talk, then we know who is envious and who is not. And when one has a sense of envy, to envy, then what to do? Yeah, to do uh, Nagara Sankirtana, to do Kirtan along the streets and let the holy name spray upon them. Just like when, I don't know, you may have seen there are this uh, yeah, when there was this COVID time, I think was it in Pakistan? I don't know if it was in India, but at least I remember in Pakistan they had a lorry, and lorry had a pipe, a very thick pipe, and then this lorry was being driven on the streets, and then the spray used to spray across all the sites. Mm. What is that? Disinfectant. They didn't see whether one is sick or not sick. They did spray, and in fact, that brought a better hygiene. I mean, yeah, a disinfectant can be a good solution, and a disinfectant to our mind, to our intelligence, is these wonderful teachings of Bhagavad Gita. One has to engage in serving, and then Lord is saying, such a person is very dear to me, and he attains ultimate benefit. And then Kvachit etat shrutam partha Tvaikagrena chetasa Kachit Ajnana Sammoha Parashtaste Dhananjaya. I think we didn't cover this verse. Okay, maybe then can someone read translation and purport, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah, we'll see someone else if
Uh,
there's someone who has not read in the recent weeks. Yeah, okay, then go ahead, Sindhu.
okay, Hare Krishna. O son of Partha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? Purport. The Lord was acting as the spiritual master of Arjuna. Therefore, it was his duty to inquire from Arjuna whether he understood the whole Bhagavad Gita in its proper perspective. If not, the Lord was ready to re-explain any point or the whole Bhagavad Gita if so required. Actually, anyone who hears Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide spiritual master like Krishna or his representative will find that all his ignorance is dispelled. Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by a poet or fiction writer. It is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any person fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or from his bona fide spiritual representative is sure to become a liberated person and get out of the darkness of ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. This is so nice. It's not like, okay, you have to do like this, you have to do like that. There is no kind of an order. Of course, instructions should be strong so that instructions can be taken seriously. But Krishna is so kind enough that he is asking Arjuna, is your question answered? In fact, in this verse, there are two questions. Sripad Ramanujacharya is saying, Lord Krishna asks two questions. Has his divine discourse known as Srimad Bhagavad Gita spoken by him been fully comprehended with focused attention? So we may say after how many you said 7 years after having Bhagavad Gita, finishing this, uh, the question is still there in us that have we really uh, uh, heard, fully comprehended with with focused attention. Yeah, at least the good thing of a speaker is unless he's focused, he can't speak. Um, but as a listener, there is always a chance that we may mind get diverted or entangled elsewhere. So it's very important that we hear again and again and again until we have the taste that we want to prioritize to hear Bhagavad Gita. And this is first question. Second one, and has it dispelled the dark delusion of ignorance? Ajnana sammoha means dark delusion of ignorance. Now, after hearing Bhagavad Gita, are all our questions gone? Are we in light? Are we fearless? Are we having all the interest to imbibe all these wonderful qualities? Are we ready to follow the instructions of Lord Krishna as it is? Hmm? We should always have this sense of reflective approach when we are hearing or reading Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because these open up our thoughts to understand what is signs of self-realization, to understand who we are, what is the world where we are living in made of, purpose of it, etc., etc., and also to understand, uh, to become Krishna conscious. To become Krishna consciousness moment, to be part of this Krishna consciousness movement will make us become Krishna conscious. Because just being part of a movement, oh, I'm part of an ISKCON organization, but if we are not Krishna conscious, then yeah, we still need to work out. We need to improve. Uh, it's obvious, yeah. Just like a musician, he should be completely conscious of what is he playing and what. You may have seen these symphonies, or if you have heard at least, you would see there is a he's a composer, and what do you call also this? This guy who has the stick band and he moves in all directions. Symphonizer, is it right or
Orchestrator projects.
who?
Orchestrator project? No, it's not.
No, no.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like Moritz, yeah, Mozart, not Moritz. Sorry, I know Moritz Prabhu, Mozart. Yeah, he's a composer, but also symphonizer, I think, something like that. Anyway, the point I want to say is, unless he has a rapt attention on what is, what, when, what has to come, if he is not absorbed, then he cannot uh, give the best outcome or output. Sorry. So here, in Krishna consciousness, the important thing is consciousness. We should have complete Krishna conscious approach in our way of living. It is not, okay, let me do like this for some time, okay, an hour of chanting, an hour of reading, an hour of playing, and then I can be on myself. We don't want to have two uh, lives. Mm. Mm. Rather, we have to harmonize, or we have to make sure that all our activities are aligned so that we stay Krishna conscious. Oh, come on, it's very difficult. Yeah, yes, but we have to reinforce ourselves so that we can become more and more Krishna conscious. How can we become more and more Krishna conscious? By reading, mm, by hearing, by singing, by cooking for Krishna. And we keep every activity that we are doing centered around how best can I serve Lord Krishna? It cannot be a mechanical activity, of course. Yeah, when we don't have taste, mechanical can already do something. Yeah, because that shows our sincere effort to Lord that, oh Lord, I am trying. Oh, okay, I don't know everything. I didn't read all these scriptures. I don't have the purity to understand in spite of hearing or reading, but I am committed. I am committed to become Krishna conscious. To means to engage in service of Krishna is Krishna consciousness. It's not okay. There is in Vrindavan, Krishna uh, was doing all these wonderful pastimes. No, that's not itself Krishna conscious. To know what Krishna has done, that's more about kind of a knowledge. It's more about what Lord has done, uh, but what is it doing in us? Are we appreciating Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead? Are we remembering Krishna not just as a story that, okay, there is a character called Krishna who has done these leelas, that leelas? No, we are saying, oh, in this way I understand Krishna is supreme. When Krishna is supreme, and what is he asking me to do? For example, when we come to these teachings in the Bhagavad Gita, are we uh, absorbed our thoughts? Satatam kirtayanto mam. Are we always singing the glories of the Lord? That should come. When we hear about Krishna, the genuine glorification of the Supreme Lord should be coming. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So, when these things are happening, then we don't have to come on. We don't really need a special endeavor, but the dark delusion of ignorance will be uh, casted off. It will be gone because the Lord is expanding and pervading all our consciousness. And that's what we call Krishna consciousness. When the Lord pervades completely and takes complete control, and we are able to see that. Uh, Anyone knows this yoga teacher, PK Iyengar? Huh? No one knows Iyengar. He's famous yoga teacher. Of course, he left the world, but he's such a, I would say, of course, in this age, people may know Ramdev, Baba, Baba Ramdev, something. Yeah, Baba Ramdev. Huh? No, but BK Iyengar, if I'm not wrong. I mean, huh? He's such a great yogi and yoga expert, and he has taught yoga in going to different countries, conducting different courses, seminars. He brought, in a way, that Indian uh, wealth of yoga to the West. And if you hear to his sessions, in that you will see how important it is to have a sense of what's happening in our body when we are doing asana. I mean, he speaks about asana, he speaks, I think, pranayama. Yeah. And yeah, how the prana, how the life, air is sensed even at the tiny atom at the tip of a finger when one is doing an asana. I mean, basically, he is expanding his consciousness of his self across every part of the body. Are we doing that in our Krishna consciousness? Sometimes the mind goes there or here. Sometimes, okay, our hands are doing, okay, browsing something. When we are cooking, maybe we are not fully focused that we are offering now such a nice thing, nice dish, uh, that in the end, who is eating? Come on. Do we really know Krishna is going to eat? Our job is just to cook and keep it. If he eats, he eats. But are we sensitive enough to see, okay, will this uh, be appealing or serving the Lord? Uh, it's not just as a routine that we just do some things and then we say, okay, we are Krishna conscious. No, Krishna consciousness is basically that whatever anarthas we have, those are cleansed. Yeah, those are actually uprooted and removed, and so that our Krishna inside the heart is expanding more and more. That whatever activities we want to do, we are naturally developing a taste to do that. That's what here Sripad Ramanacharya is asking. Ajnana samoha. Samoha. Moha means illusion. Samoha. Yeah, you may have heard this word when Kamadev. He's shooting arrows. Yeah, this is what we see. And shooting arrows, these arrows pierce the hearts, and Samoha means completely lost in that. Hmm. And with Krishna consciousness, we get free from this samoha, ajnana samoha. No. Why? Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is giving us the ways how one can come out, and not only come out of that ignorance, but also engage in his service so that our world becomes Krishna conscious. Hmm? Not only the external world, but our internal world becomes Krishna conscious. When such engagement in the service of the Lord is happening, then we will appreciate. And then, as Keshav Kashmiri in purport, he says, by inquiring whether or not the knowledge imparted was fully ascertained and comprehended, Lord Krishna is illustrating the role of spiritual preceptor by exemplifying their duties. So, if we still do not take Bhagavad Gita serious, if we still do not want to become serious, hardcore Krishna conscious devotee, then yes, two things have happened. One is that we have not paid enough attention to what Krishna has said to Arjuna. In a way, he's speaking to us. Then, okay, that is one possibility. The second possibility is, yes, no, 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 I have literally spent time. I heard, I read, but what happens? I am too busy with so many other things because of which I am not able to um, put Bhagavad Gita into practice in application level. Then the problem is again, why is this happening? If we would have attentively heard, then they should also have a transformation of heart. And when the heart is transforming, then our activities get transformed, which means rather becoming more Maya conscious, we become more Krishna conscious. At the moment, we have Maya consciousness. What is that? I want name and fame for what I'm doing. And then there is another further Maya consciousness, which is Kama, Krodha. So many other things. Yeah, I mean, we have been living in that world anyway. We know everything. Yeah, but what about living in Krishna's world, Krishna consciousness world? Yeah, yes, yes. I became a devotee. I'm living in a Krishna consciousness world. Yes, if we are surrounded by devotees, if we are taking to the process of nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, teachings of Bhagavad Gita, all as very seriously and engage them, then we can say, okay, we are always under the protection of these scriptures. And when one is protected by them, then he can become more Krishna conscious. It says a bona fide spiritual preceptor can only be found in one of the four authorized sampradayas: Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Kumara Sampradaya, as revealed in Vedic scriptures. Such an exalted spiritual master will instruct his disciples until he is absolutely sure that their ignorance has been entirely dispelled. The inner meaning of that is that in chapter 2, verse 9, due to delusion, Arjuna said that he would not fight in the battle. Lord Krishna is subtly implying that if such delusion has not been eradicated, then he is prepared to instruct him again, which means we should understand until we got it. Like Arjuna, I mean, the next verses from 73 to 70, yeah, basically 78, we can say, or 70, 74, because last two words is Sanjaya's feelings, what happened, and then conclusion. But Lord, we see here, this is his last um, question. Yeah, of course, he's ready to answer more questions if they are. But the next verse, Arjuna is saying, Nashto moha smriti labdha tvat prasadan mayachyuta sthito mi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Arjuna attained samadhi. Not that samadhi that when one is killed or one is dead, then there is this whole whichever sampradaya or whichever system it is. Yeah, no, we are not talking about this samadhi. He has attained the right understanding. Because he's saying, Nashta moha smritir labdha. My illusion has been dispelled. What is that? Moha smritir. All this is gone. Tvat prasadan mayachyuta. Why? Because of your grace. Tvat prasadat. Upon me. Oh, Achyuta. Uh, Achyuta. Oh, I think I was not sharing the screen. Sorry. Can someone say if you can see the screen, please?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So you see, Sthitosmi gata sandeha. Sthita means situated. Gata sandeha. Gata, one way we can say is a past. Gata sandeha means whatever all doubts I have. Gata sandeha means everything is gone. Karishye vachanam tava. How? Hmm? Hmm? Arjuna is committing. This is the secret of the key values. Yeah, on one side we know that Krishna is instructing Arjuna. All this is fine. How is Arjuna instructing us? Arjuna is instructing with this one line here. He says that I am now firm and free from doubt, and I am prepared to act according to your instructions. Yeah, a sadhaka should become free from illusion. This is one thing. And Arjuna is showing the symptoms of what happens when one is freed. He's saying, Karishye, I'm ready to do whatever. Karishye vachanam tava. Huh? So, can someone read the purport, please? Pratik Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The constitutional position of a living entity represented by Arjuna is that he has to act according to the order of the Supreme Lord. He is meant for self-discipline. Sri Chaitanya Prabhu says that the actual position of the living entity is that of eternal servant of the Supreme Lord. Forgetting this principle, the living entity becomes conditioned by material nature. But in serving the Supreme Lord, he becomes the liberated servant of God. The living entity's constitutional position is to be a servitor. He has to serve either the illusionary Maya or the Supreme Lord. If he serves the Supreme Lord, he is in his normal condition. But if he prefers to serve the illusory external energy, then certainly he will be in a bondage. In
Is it only me? I can't hear.
Yes, Prabhuji, we also can't hear.
Okay.
In illusion, the living entity is serving in this material world. He is bound by his lust and desire, yet he thinks of himself as the master of the world. This is called illusion. When a person is liberated, his illusion is over and he voluntarily surrenders unto the Supreme to act according to his desires. The last illusion, the last snare of Maya to trap the living entity, is the proposition that he is God. The living entity thinks that he is no longer a conditioned soul, but God. He is so unintelligent that he does not think that if he were God, then how could he be in doubt? That he does not consider, so that is the last snare of illusion. Actually, to become free from the illusory energy is to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and agree to act according to his order. The word moha is very important in this verse. Moha refers to that which is opposed to knowledge. Actually, real knowledge is the understanding that every living being is eternally a servitor of the Lord. But instead of thinking oneself in that position, the living entity thinks that he is not a servant, that he is the master of this material world, for he wants to lord it over the material nature. That is his illusion. This illusion can be overcome by the mercy of the Lord or by the mercy of a pure devotee. When that illusion is over, one agrees to act in Krishna consciousness.
Can
Krishna
someone read from
conscious,
here? Thank you,
Devaji.
Pratik Prabhu. Can someone read from here, please? Someone raised hand. Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu, yes, please.
Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's order. A conditioned soul, illusioned by the external energy of matter, does not know that Supreme Lord is the Master, who is full of knowledge and who is the proprietor of everything. Whatever he desires, he can bestow upon his devotees. He is the friend of everyone, and he is especially inclined to his devotees. He is the controller of this material nature and of all living entities. He is also the controller of inexhaustible time, and he is full of opulences and potencies. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can even give himself to the devotee. One who does not know him is under the spell of illusion. He does not become a devotee, but a servitor of Maya. Arjun, however, after hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, became free from all illusion. He could understand that Krishna was not only his friend, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he understood Krishna factually. So, to study Bhagavad Gita is to understand Krishna factually. When a person is in full knowledge, he naturally surrenders to Krishna. When Arjuna understood that it was Krishna's plan to reduce the unnecessary increase of population, he agreed to fight according to Krishna's desire. He again took up his weapons, his arrows and bow, to fight under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So, as in the previous verse, Krishna is asking the question. The spiritual master is asking, "Oh, are your questions clarified?" As a spiritual master, it was his duty to know if Arjuna understood Bhagavad Gita in proper perspective. This is very important. It could be that if Arjuna is simply saying, "Ah, no, I don't have any questions," or if Krishna senses that there are any questions, Krishna would have asked questions to understand, reconfirm. But and um, Krishna is wanted to know whether the ignorance is dispelled, moha smritir. Um, if that is gone, nashtam moha smritir. If that is gone, and Arjuna did say, Arjuna, in fact, when Krishna is asking this, we should understand that Bhagavad Gita is to be seen is not an ordinary book like any other book. Okay, we can read and then once to know what is inside that. Okay, some things I can accept, some things I don't know if they are facts. No, any person fortunate to hear from a bona fide representative is sure to become liberated and get out of darkness of ignorance. And this is what Arjuna is speaking in the next verse here. Arjuna is clearly he's saying, Nashtam maha smriti labdha tvam prasadan mayachyuta stitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. And at a high level, Prabhupada is, first of all, if we go through the purport, understand there are a few things. What Krishna asked, why he asked, and uh, what Arjuna's answer is saying is, he is saying that my illusion is gone. First, that is first thing, knowledge established. Then regained, he said, regained my memory by your mercy. To appreciate the Lord for awakening our remembrance of Lord Krishna's um, smaranam. When we engage fully in that, you may know, I mean, this I will come to that when we go through the purport of Keshav Kashmiri Pandit. But and then the next thing is, he said, I am now firm, I have no doubt, and I can engage in your instruction of what to fight. So first thing is the constitutional position of living entity. We can see has to act according to the orders of the Supreme Lord. Arjuna had complete clarity. If you saw from the in the second chapter, or in fact even the first chapter, uh, there is this Vishada Yoga. He was going through a big sense of falsely compassionate sense. At that time, he was even indirectly asking, "Hey, how can you ask me to fight?" uh, from chapter 1, and now we are in the 18th chapter. We can understand the constitutional position of the living entity has to uh, act according to the orders of the Supreme Lord, and Arjuna became ready to do that. It meant a sense of self-discipline. He is ready. It's not like, okay, this is okay, I can do this, let me do it. This I cannot do, I can't do it, let me not do. No, self-discipline means though there is a sense of austerities and penances to be taken care. One follows the authorized spiritual master's instructions and improve. Yeah. Here, Krishna was accepted. Arjuna has accepted Krishna as his spiritual master and he's ready. Of course, fighting is not so simple, right? Of course, even Arjuna is uh, the biggest threat for Kauravas, but still, a risk is risk. No, he is determined. Yeah, and then he accepted the position that he is just servant of the Lord and just does what the Lord wants him to do. So, though the Lord has given everyone free will to do we want to do, what we want to do should be anukulyena Krishnanu. It should be favorable. That is what is called Bhakti Uttamam, the top bhakti. So there is a purpose. There is a purpose. Everyone is unique. Everyone has unique skills. Everyone can offer uniquely to the Lord. And Lord appreciates. He doesn't interfere with that. But when we engage these unique abilities in serving our own self, then we go away from the Lord. So here Arjuna is, yeah, and then one should come to an understanding that the material world, of course, yeah, we are living in this world, then, yeah, which means we have to deal with the uh, effects of this world. We have to handle it properly. For example, body is a material body. We need to maintain that. Yeah, job, money, material money. All this is material. But we should understand that uh, our cause of our struggle is because we identify everything, all what Lord has created as a matter, mm, and in a imperfect sense, and due to which we are getting entangled. And this is what is becoming bigger and bigger, and we tend to forget the Lord. Yeah. So the solution, what Arjuna is instructed and Arjuna is following, is that serve the Supreme Lord. If we do that, then we are guarding ourselves from serving Maya. There are two things, either serve Krishna or serve Maya. If we serve Krishna, then we are saved from Maya. If we serve Maya, then Krishna is not interfering to save us from Maya. But the so-called false assurance that Maya is giving us is is not absolute truth. It's not truth. Yeah, so that's not normal. So what is this illusion? It is binding us in the form of lust and desire, and one thinks himself to the master of the to the world, to whatever he thinks, inner world, outer world, and all these things. And then there is this nice word, the last snare of Maya. Yeah. One comes to Krishna consciousness to become a devotee, and gradually, when one becomes bigger and bigger, greater and greater, famous and famous, he might think, "Huh, there is no one else." Really? Is Krishna great or I am great? Yeah, sometimes this can also happen if we don't develop bhakti properly. A sense of, if Let's do service for Krishna. Come on, is that important? More important is like what I want to do. In the end, one misses the spirit of service. So that is the illusion born by lust and desires, and the last snare is that thinking that I am God or greater than God or envious of God. Again, we struggle. Again, we are in this cycle of birth and death. Again, we go round and round. And how to overcome that? That's mentioned. How to overcome moha? By the mercy of the Supreme Lord, by His instructions, by engaging in His instructions. And that is what here it says. To act according to the order, Krishna's order, is what is Krishna consciousness. While a conditioned soul acts under illusion, hmm, because the knowledge of Krishna's position as supreme. Here, the word Achyuta, Lord is Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Achyuta, means one is supreme controller, omniscient, omnipotent, uh, um, yeah, cause of all causes. There is nothing infallible. Achyuta means infallible. Here in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning because lacking knowledge of Krishna's position as a supreme proprietor, enjoyer, controller, friend of everyone, and full of six opulences, all these, when we lack this understanding, then we envy the Lord. And then to come out of this envy, it is said, Bhagavad Gita, one understands Krishna factually, just like Arjuna understood Krishna factually, and then understands Krishna's plans properly, what Krishna wants us to do, and engage in his plans. Uh, and I think that was the last para. Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's order. Yeah, and when Arjuna understood that it was Krishna's plan to reduce the unnecessary increase of population, he agreed to fight according to Krishna's desire. He again took up his weapons, his arrows and bows to fight under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, that is the position. Uh, as I was mentioning, Keshav Kashmiri's commentary, uh, Krishna here is addressed as Achyuta, meaning infallible one. This is because the omniscient Lord Krishna is cognizant of all his previous incarnations over trillions and trillions of years, but Arjuna not even knows about his present life. Yeah, just last, it's mentioned here, where his previous he Arjuna doesn't even know his previous life, where Lord Krishna and was Narayana and he was Nara, and both were celibate sages. The purport is that Arjuna was already self-realized in the previous life, but this knowledge disappeared in the present life. Hmm. Sometimes, yeah, what to do? Now it was revived again by the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavad Gita imparted by the grace of Lord Krishna. The vocative Achyuta, he was saying, hey, vocative means calling out with expressing, oh Achyuta, like that. Achyuta denotes the reality that by Lord Krishna's grace, his omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence as the supreme sovereign, the paramount controller, and the sole creator, maintainer, protector, and sustainer of all existence. Can anything be above this? Nothing else. And Arjuna could see it is Krishna who is the supreme. In um in this similar lines, when we see Sripad Ramanujacharya's commentary, yeah, the word Tvat Prasadan means by your grace. We should always remember this, that is our saving grace. Even if we forget this, then we are serving Maya. By always remembering and smaranam and also singing the glories of the Lord. Oh, by your grace I am this. Otherwise I can't do anything. Only by your grace I have. So here he says, by the grace of Lord Krishna, all illusion was dispelled. The word tvat is derived from tvat, tvatvam, meaning eternal spiritual varieties. The word smriti means wisdom, enlightenment concerning the absolute nature of Tattvam. Going further, here the word moha means illusion, the obfusc- obfuscation of absolute knowledge for perverted knowledge. So, thinking this is real knowledge, but that is false, illusion. Moha is also infatuation with the physical body, believing it to be the actual self instead of just a vehicle for the jiva or embodied being. So much. So here we see that, yeah, infatuation, usually we think infatuation is the attraction between opposite genders. uh, that is infatuation. Of course, nowadays, come on, this infatuation is not only opposite gender, same genders, fluid genders, I don't know what. So this is what we say, this whatever we think is love, but that love based on the body level is called infatuation. And infatuation of self is what? To be thinking at a body level, to understand, think that I am this body, rather than understanding that this body is a vehicle to cross over this ocean of nescience. If one is not understanding this, then he is in moha. Moha is also delusionary misconceptions about the nature of karma reactions from action, the nature of nitya or the eternal prescribed Vedic duties, and the nature of naimittika, the occasional prescribed Vedic duties. So all this is illusion. What we are supposed to do, all not knowing all these things is illusion. Erroneously thinking that devotional activities to the Supreme Lord lead to bondage. Sometimes, oh, anyone had this feeling, oh, if I have to join uh, online sessions, oh, come on, I am bound. Oh, I have to do, I have to hear, I have to bondage. Rather, I want to be free. Sunday is for me. Let me enjoy, like, anyway. So that sense of mm, is also moha. Illusion is distorted knowledge which gives rise to false conceptions of relationships to family, friends, race, country, planets, etc. It also gives false conceptions to the limitation of individual free will. This is the biggest problem. It also gives false conception of the limitations of individual free will. We think, hey, individual free will, uh, distorted knowledge perpetually may manifest distorted knowledge. What is that? Sorry, one second. Distorted knowledge perpetually manifest, not manifest distorted knowledge. By the Supreme Lord's grace, all such delusions, doubts, and misconceptions have been dispelled for Arjuna. When we take shelter, when we have faith in Bhagavad Gita, when we follow in the uh, footsteps of Arjuna by approaching a bona fide spiritual master, by opening ourselves, ask questions without doubt. Again, sometimes this doubt is there. Does he really know this? Come on, maybe I should ask some other guru. Yeah, in that way, when you have 10 gurus, 20 gurus, 30 gurus, that becomes more overwhelming. Rather, one should uh, one should approach submissively. Krishna will enlighten from within and without. We don't have to go to 10 people. No, no, no. I think he only knows this. No, no. What is lacking that we are not able to appreciate from a guru? Don't worry, because we stick to the right process. It's not that Arjuna has, after spoken with Krishna, he didn't go to Bhishma Dev. Hey, you know what? Hey, Bhishma Pitamaha, yeah, Krishna said something like this. Yeah, is convincing, but can you also double confirm? Is this the reality? Yeah, he didn't go to Kripacharya, he didn't go to Dronacharya. Teachers are there, right? He didn't go. He accepted Krishna as his spiritual master, and he just asked the questions he had, all clarified, free from that, and he engages in the service of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any thoughts or questions? All clear? Like Arjuna? No questions? So I was
Krishna
thinking we should
Prabhuji.
actually restart all Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 to 18 again. But if no questions, that's amazing.
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for the nice session, Prabhuji. Just one thought, Prabhuji, like, in one of the sentence it came like, or sorry, one of the translations it came like, Krishna, Arjuna accepted the Lord's will and, progressed, that, the Lord wanted to reduce the population, establish Dharma, so he fought
Mhm.
without questioning. So generally in life also, Prabhuji, because as you told the other day and also Keshav Maharaj just told, there is an inner Arjuna for all of us. So there is a moment that we should, accept the, happenings in life as a Lord's will versus we trying to fight back and change and do course correction. So how do we understand that fine line, Prabhuji, that acceptance that this is a Lord's will and trying to change an outcome? How do we
Yeah. No
decide,
father
Prabhuji?
wants his child, no father wants his child get spoiled,
Yes, Prabhuji.
which means Krishna, whatever is favorable that we are doing, which is bhakti, Krishna will appreciate, and whatever not, then we know, okay, Krishna doesn't want. And to accept that is what is acceptance. Ah, okay, this is what is appreciated, and this is what is discouraged because it's not right. So accepting our position, ourselves, yeah, like as we can understand Arjuna's greatness, we cannot say now I have heard whole Bhagavad Gita like Arjuna, and now I am also like Arjuna, free from that. No, we accept that no, I still have my own limitations or conditioning and all these things, but we shouldn't take that this is reality, and we think, ah, okay, no, we should work out. Just like when we know that we are getting into a danger, what are we doing? We are trying ways to get out of it. You're right.
Yes,
Conditioning is
Prabhuji.
there,
Exactly.
but
Yes,
in spite of that conditioning, we come out. Yeah, somehow or the other, let me get out of the problem.
yes, Prabhuji. We try, Prabhuji. Exactly. So my question is, when should
So
we try? Sorry, Prabhuji.
hmm,
When
we
should
should
we try and
always
when
try.
should? Okay.
We should always try. Otherwise, we'll always be there. Understanding
Yes.
our limitations and honestly, that is the role of a sadhaka. Sadhaka is what is he doing? He is making sure that through sadhana, he is coming out of that. It's just a process through which one is coming out of that conditioning. We cannot just say, ah, okay, I am still like that. Okay. Yeah. But for that, what can we do? That we should honestly take up and do. We cannot become like Arjuna, like what he said, oh, I have no more doubts. Until that, we have to do something, right? What Arjuna did, he asked all the questions and he worked out, oh, now he has clarity. Okay, for some, this jnana is missing, one should acquire such knowledge. And after acquiring knowledge, one should have qualities. Arjuna had the qualities. What is that? He didn't doubt Krishna. Oh, I don't have this faith in Krishna. Let's develop that faith. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. So if you have to, summarize it, Prabhuji, you mean to say develop the faith and sadhana and keep trying and leave the outcome and yeah, don't have attachment towards outcome, Prabhuji, or
So the thin line or yeah, whatever you wanted to know is,
yes,
yeah, so it is not that we endanger our own existence, yeah, by becoming a hypocrite and try to do something which we cannot do. But we want to become a better person every day so that one day I can do that. Huh?
yes,
So we give whatever is possible, we try. Maybe we may not, yeah, someone who is not, who has not at all has done any japa, for example. If he thinks, oh, my conditioning, I will never do japa, he will never do japa, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
He has to come out and okay, he may see, oh wow, I see someone who is like doing 64 rounds every day. Yeah, he might that might spark some inspiration that he is doing one day 10 rounds, one day 1 round, one day no round. That is also, yeah, okay. But what is important is he's appreciating, wow, that is very nice that okay, we should do it. He may not do it, but then, as I said, then one under the spiritual master guidance, he would say, ah, okay, don't don't worry. Uh, if not 10 rounds, okay, I think you can at least do maybe 4 rounds, isn't it? Or maybe at least, I think, 6 rounds. Or now I think you have improved. Yeah, you have a great taste to hear Katha. That shows that you can also hear his name. Then you do 10 rounds. Then come on, now you have been already in Krishna consciousness for 3 years, 4 years. Now come on. Ah, are you still struggling, chanting? Why? Let's see why what happened. And sometimes this is one, and then helping that is the whole science of um, what do you call this? Educational uh, system to bring one out of such conditioning. Yeah. But again, tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. One should also be ready to get, just like sometime, no, I think, did we discuss about knee operation with someone? I don't remember. With someone I spoke,
I don't recall, Prabhuji.
not you. Yeah, they were saying, oh, yeah, at this age, one knee operated. We are, Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu, you were saying, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, knee replacement. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, knee replacement. Yeah.
Knee replacement. Oh, sir. Yeah, so yeah, one has a desire to fix it. Then one goes and approaches a doctor, and the doctor is taking uh, 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 steps how to do it, and then one's problem is solved. So, I mean, I don't know. Did I answer actually your question, or am I telling something different?
Oh, Prabhuji, I think it's I'm trying to, maybe today I'll talk to you, Prabhuji, also because I have some thoughts. But yes, Prabhuji.
No, no. Maybe
I mean
others
the
may also
bhakti.
have same question. If
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah, yeah. What I'm trying to understand is really like, what are the, I'm still not able to understand what is that line where we stop trying and accept the uh, outcome, right? That is still, I know you mentioned, sadhana and reading and I think, but how do we take the decisioning? Because our decisioning, as you rightly said, is conditioned by our own experiences and our, materialistic attachments also. So what
Mm.
one may consider as the line is not a line for the others, but what is the right line defined by the acharyas and Prabhupada,
Yeah.
this whatever.
As,
Yes, Prabhupada.
as I said, that it is individual, right? So there are some general guidelines, yeah, and there are some very specific guidelines one should take to himself, yeah.
Yes, Prabhupada. Yeah, yes,
So
Prabhupada.
there are general yama and niyama. Again, when we talk about that, something that you take, make sure that you follow them, not that, oh, others have to follow. Some things that you think as sadhana means um, following four regulative principles is one thing. Yeah, for example, we can say, okay, yeah, is it impossible? No, yeah, we follow that. And then, but our life, when as long as we are in contact with material world or material nature, that influences are there. And now what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? These questions keep coming, right? Like, have you seen when you sit on a beach and you see how the waves keep coming? Is it a moment that says, now I have seen the waves stop coming? Hmm?
No, no, Prabhupada. It's yeah.
But after some time, you see those exciting waves don't excite you anymore, right?
Exactly, it becomes habitual to it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just see everything as a harmonious. Whatever initially the waves would have been quite uh, uh, taking your attention. After some time, when you see a bigger, oh, the whole water, all the waves are normal. Okay, they come, go, they come, go. Yeah, yeah. And when we talk about these, if I'm not at that level, yes, yeah, just Arjuna, what he did, he asked Krishna all his questions. He got free. Even if, I usually am of this nature, even if I think what I'm doing is right, I would double check that am I doing right or not. Just yeah, because what is our intelligence? So it's always nice to understand what to do by asking others, and if we have to be very open. The example why I gave this knee replacement was one goes and openly tells to the doctor, right? Satish Prabhu, if you have a pain, will you tell to the doctor or will you hide?
Yes, was built to the doctor. Yeah, and I think
If you
now,
hide,
yes,
hmm,
I think, yeah, I think this now I kind of understand. Too. It's always good to have a closest guru who's also the Lord arranges someone who's relevant to our lifestyle, because
yeah.
the guru has seen things, knows us, our personality. I also remember
Hmm,
many instructions from you, Prabhuji, which is very where I didn't have to just confuse and just accept what you said. No, I think I get the point, Prabhuji. So one thing is our internal processing, for which we need to hear, we need to practice sadhana. And the second thing is
hmm,
also to have a mentor and a good sangha where we are expressive and open, and maybe take. I think that would collectively help us to take a better decision. Yes, Prabhuji. Very nice.
hmm.
Thank you.
Good, thank you. Okay, then thank you very much. Have a nice Sunday. It's getting sunny days these days, I think. And yeah, see you us in other programs. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Prabhu.